This one. I laugh at this because the universe likes to fuck with me, especially through tarot. And they're like, ha ha ha, we just gave her this too. Hi Taurus, welcome to your November 2022 reading. So we're going to just do a general reading today, so anything can come out of it. We're going to start with an oracle card just to get a general overview. So while we do that here, just a reminder, you can check your sun, moon, rising, and any other prominent placements in your chart to check and see, what resonates for you. So, all right, what's going on for Taurus, November 2022, please? It's like, how many 20s did I just said? 2022. Okay. It's been a day already. It's been a day. All right, Taurus, November, please. What is it for them? What's the overarching energy for Taurus for November 2022, please? Is there anything in here? Come on. Okay, we're going to split this, and I'm just going to do it. Here we go. This one. I laugh at this because the universe likes to fuck with me, especially through tarot. And they're like, ha ha ha, we just gave her this too. So the thing is that if I'm not pulling a response from the deck and everything, usually it has to do with like fragmented energy or energy that's not really cohesive. So what card do they give me? Fragmented energy. So Taurus, you be having issues this month. It doesn't seem to be like, like some people straight up got conflict, that kind of thing. So that doesn't seem to be what you'll have. But the thing is that the fragmented energy, you're just going to kind of be all over the place. Just be all over the place. You're going to be in one, feel one way one day, and then you're going to feel another way another day, and then like this will happen, and then that'll happen, and just a lot of busyness and lack of focus. So what you may want to do, and we're going to get more details here, but what you may want to think about throughout the month is to continually try to ground yourself if possible. Yes, it's getting cold outside up here in the northern hemisphere. It's getting cold, so it's harder to go outside and just put bare feet on the ground. But there's other ways to do grounding to try to help maintain some focus and stuff. Do a lot of meditation, sit down, reflect and stuff like that. So tell me more details about what's going on for Taurus in November 2022, please. More details regarding what's going on for Taurus November 2022, please. All right, good. Do a mix real quick. We're going to do a Celtic cross here. So here's your basis. Here we go. Foundation. Emperor. Trying to take control. Combine that with fragmented energy, and I can see why you're trying to take control. That makes perfect sense, because you're like, hold on, I've got to wrangle all this stuff in because shit's about to hit the fan. That's what it feels like. Stuff's about to hit the fan. And so you're just like, I need to make sure I see everything so that I can do everything and prevent, a tower moment from happening. The tower moment being like a catastrophic failure or a catastrophic breakdown of what you had initially set up. So what is the challenge here? The moon. Interesting. So if the moon is in the challenge, you've got something hidden from you. Something's being kept from you. And so you're not working on all pistons, if you know what I mean. or you're just not aware of something. Either somebody's keeping information from you or you're just not aware of what's coming. It could be either way. Could be like a general universe thing, but I feel like this is something that... I feel like this whole situation is something that you've seen is getting ready to, you know, kind of hit a wall, if you know what I mean. So you're trying to wrangle and control so that you can swerve it out of the way, if you know what I mean, metaphorically. Swerve it out of the way. The thing is that you don't realize that there's no track going that way or something like that, right? And more keeps getting thrown at you to distract you in regards to what's happening. Like you don't know what's coming. And that's really the problem. There also may be a case where you're not asking enough questions. Because I bet you can overcome this moon energy. You can overcome by asking more questions and showing more interest in whatever it is you're trying to save here. Show more interest. Ask more questions. There's things out there, like, so say for example it's a relationship you're trying to fix up or something, and you know your person's going, yeah, I'm upset. Well, instead of being like, oh, I'm so sorry you're upset, yes, you know what, saying that's very nice and everything, but the thing is that sometimes they want to talk about it. A lot of Taurians tend to avoid. They don't want to talk about it. And I think you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone here if you want to overcome this challenge here. Because the thing is that you might want to be like, well, what has you upset? Now, normal people usually will do this. But somebody who's trying to avoid, like say this is a situation that you've been trying to avoid having problems with. And so when somebody says, I'm upset or whatever, you need to be asking questions. That way you can address exactly what that person has an issue with or that thing has an issue with, rather than doing what you think is correct. Because what you think isn't the issue here. It's not the issue. All right, so what's going on in your head here? We've got the Fool. Gotcha. So you're like blazing ahead here. Yeah, gosh, we got some strong cards coming up here. So yeah, with Emperor, you know, as the base of everything, the moon crossing, the Fool being what's, you know, going on in your head here. You're like, I'm kind of going ahead blind. I'm just going to kind of do it because fuck it. I call the Fool my fuck it card. That's where you just, you know, I don't care about my emotions. I'm just doing it. That kind of thing, right? So you're like, I'm doing this. I'm doing it. I'm going ahead. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm just doing it. What's going on in your gut? We have the Death card. Look at all these big cards, Taurus. We have the Death card. Change and transformation is afoot. Change and transformation is afoot for sure. Could be something ending, could be something beginning, it could be whatever. But I feel like with this Emperor energy here, you're trying to hold on to what you've had and not real. And you'd like to let it change, you'd like to do that, but you want to make sure you have as much control as possible over it. As much control as possible over it. So, wow. Okay. As much control as possible. All right. So passing here is we've got the King of Swords. In this deck, it's the Wanderer of Knives. Wanderer of Knives. That's passing. It was a decision. You've made the decision to make whatever change this is. You've made the decision to do this. You've made the decision to hold on to it as hard as you possibly can. and try to maintain control throughout the whole thing despite not knowing everything about what's going on. Because in your head, it's like, fuck it. But in your gut's going, a change needs to happen. It must happen. Okay, what's the immediate future here? Immediate future is in about a couple weeks. Usually like the first couple weeks of November. We've got the 9 of moons. Interesting. So 9 of cups. It's feeling pretty satisfied with yourself. Pretty satisfied with how things are going. What I want to note is that 3 of these are underwater, which is interesting to me. 3 of these are underwater, so something is still hidden at that point. Something is still hidden. But you're going to be still pretty happy with like the progress that's been made. You're going to feel pretty happy. But I can't tell if you're being blindly happy or if you should be, or if there's more changes needed. Let's see. Energy surrounding you is 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Stones in this deck. Kind of a loneliness. A loneliness is surrounding you. Be by yourself. But also just kind of being left to do it on your own. You know? Someone or something no longer supporting you in the way that you had thought. Or actually preferred. And so it's like you've decided to take the bull by the horns and let's go. Right? What's the unseen factor? Temperance. Balance. Balance and creation. This is an interesting temperance card. How like the one cup is pouring from above and it goes and it swirls down into a whirlpool and then it catches fire and goes down into the other cup. Look at that. I think that's some interesting imagery here. So that's a transformation in and of itself. So there's proper balance occurring at this point. You're learning to handle things, 1, on your own, and 2, be able to maneuver as best you can through this transformation that you're going through this month. Okay, so what's the hopes and fears here? We have the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. That's 2 of Moons in this deck. Interesting. You're hoping for a successful partnership. So the thing about the hopes and fears section in any Celtic cross reading is that the card is both the hopes and the fears of the person. So to have the 2 of Cups in both your hopes and fears shows that you know that transformation needs to occur, because 1, you hope that this works out with, let's say it's a person. You hope this works out with this person. And you know what? You're trying to do everything you possibly can to make it work. Okay? But with the changes that have been needed recently, it's because of probably some discontent in the past or something like that. Because, why fix what ain't broke, right? And so there's probably some discontent in the past. And I've got like a hair on my lip. There we go. And that discontent really put a bad taste in your mouth. So at the same time, you're scared of it working out and it failing. You're scared of it working out and like this whole thing just falling right apart. That's what you're afraid of. But hopeful for at the same time. Afraid that if you stay with something that's really not meant for you anymore. Death card. I still feel like I have a hair on my lip. Okay. Probably cat hair. Outcome. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is good, actually. This is really good. Being comfortable. being pretty comfortable and kind of setting yourself up as far as like in the 3D and everything. I do want to note that this is Pentacles. So that's a really good thing for Taurus and everything because, you know, Earth sign. And Pentacles mean a lot to Earth signs. So, but where are the cups? Do you love it or not? Or is it just comfortable for you? So you're going to be in a position where you're very, very comfortable. I'm going to talk about, you know, financially, most likely emotionally, you know, safe and secure, that kind of thing. Doesn't necessarily mean that you've got passion going on, because I see no wands and I see no cups, very few cups. You're hoping for some cups. Nine of Cups, pretty satisfied with what's going on. Wish I could clarify what that moon was. Wish I could clarify that. Maybe in the future I'll be doing clarifications and whatnot. So, but at this point, no, we're not going to do that. So that's what I've got for you today, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.